Welcome to the American Dream, a real show, not a reality show that started right here in San Diego, America's finest city. But now we're going to take you into your own market for real stories of real neighborhoods through real professionals. I'm your host, Craig Sewing. Let's start the American Dream right now.
Search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
Welcome to the American Dream TV. I'm your host, Nicole Trevino, and today we are in beautiful sunny Sierra Vista, Arizona. With warmer weather right around the corner, I want to take you guys to a couple favorite local spots for hiking, running, pretty much anything you want to be out and about in nature. To join us on our adventure today, I'd like to introduce you to my colleague and my friend, Joe Schrum. Joe, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, thank you. Great to be here.
So Joe, what is it that you like to do when you come out here to Browns Canyon?
I do bring my dogs with me. My wife and I enjoy doing a 5-mile loop that is just absolutely incredible. It's very challenging, and the dogs enjoy it too. A lot of families come up in here, and it's a pretty cool day.
All right, Joe, so we know that you like to be out in nature. You're constantly out here hiking. You run up these beautiful mountains we have, but what's one of your favorite places to go?
You know, this time of year, the water is coming over the falls at Car Canyon.
Cool. How about we go check it out right now?
That sounds great.
Okay. So we are up here in beautiful Car Canyon. We just came up and passed the waterfalls. They look absolutely gorgeous while they're running. Can you tell us a little bit, Joe, about the hiking trails in here? Are they beginner friendly? What are the distances on them?
You know, it just depends on what you want to do. The first parking lot, there's a lower connection trail. It goes about 3 miles into another canyon. You can do an out and back. They're not terrible. You come up to this section, another upper connection trail actually that goes into another canyon, or you can go all the way up to the top of the road. I wouldn't suggest taking a sedan, most likely a Jeep or a truck. That actually goes all the way up to Car Peak, about a 6-mile hike.
Cool. You ready to go on a little hike?
Let's go.
So behind us is the absolutely stunning snow-capped Miller Peak. Now, Joe, that actually connects through to the Arizona Trail, correct?
Yeah, the Arizona Trail goes past Miller Peak.
And you do a lot of work with the Arizona Trail?
We do. They maintain the trail, almost 800 miles of trail section that goes from Arizona at the Mexican border all the way through Utah.
That's a long trail. I'm sure some of that is a pretty tough trek.
Absolutely, it can be.
With some points of that at such a long distance, there's got to be absolutely stunning views if you make it to the right spots.
Incredible views. It actually goes through the Grand Canyon as well.
Is there a spot somewhere close to us down here in Sierra Vista that we can go check out?
We can actually head to Montezuma Pass. That's the beginning. That's where a lot of the hikers actually start their journey.
Cool, let's go.
All right.
So we finally made it up here to Montezuma's Pass. We are in the Coronado National Forest. Now this is where you said the start of the Arizona Trail is, correct?
That's right. A majority of the people that come up to hike the Arizona Trail will actually get dropped off here at the trailhead. They'll head down to the Mexican border. It's about 1.5 miles down, and then climb back up to start their journey.
So why do they hike down that 1.5 miles to the border?
Well, there's actually a physical monument there that is just on the opposite side of the border. So they actually go down to Mexico, turn around, and come back up here and start the Arizona Trail right over here.
So when you come out to just spend the day, which is your favorite trail, or is there a spot you like to go to get the best views?
Well, depending on how much time I have, the best views actually about 1/4 mile up the mountain here. You can just walk to the top. There's a little picnic bench there. There's a geocache area you can sign in also, and you get incredible views.
Well, Joe, thank you so much for coming out with us today. I'm sure everybody will enjoy the information you've given us, and hopefully they'll make it on out themselves to check out some of the places we saw.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us on our adventure out into nature. We hope we'll see you down in Sierra Vista soon to enjoy some of these hiking trails, the gorgeous mountains, and of course the stunning views that come along with it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the American Dream TV, and we hope to catch you next time.
Hi, I'm Monica Irigoyen. I'm a realtor, a native Tucsonan, and I have a passion for this city. Come and join me today on American Dream TV. So Kate, tell me a little bit about the Ronald McDonald Charities and the history of it, how it got started, the chapters that you guys have.
It started in Philadelphia in 1974.
Ooh.
And there was a woman who was the head of pediatric oncology at Phoenix Children's Hospital who realized that she needed a place for the parents of her really sick kids. And so what started out as something that was going to be good for Philadelphia has spread all over the world. And there are Ronald McDonald houses in almost 50 countries now.
Kate, tell me a little bit about the events that you guys do here to raise money for the Ronald McDonald House Charities.
Sure. So every year we do two big events, the Ronald McDonald House Party, and it's here at the Ronald McDonald House. It's kind of a high-end block party, and it is just a ton of fun. And the other event we do is called the Walk for Kids, and it's a family fun and fitness event. We have usually more than 1,000 people out for that. People build teams and walk, and it's a great fun fundraiser.
I'm also a contributor to the Ronald McDonald House Charities through real estate. Every time I have a real estate transaction that closes, and I'm happy to give.
Thank
so
you.
How can other people donate or contribute to the Ronald McDonald House Charities?
We have volunteer opportunities, and we appreciate people's time. People can serve on our committees. We always have a wish list on our website because it's like running a small hotel. There's always a lot of stuff that needs to be purchased, and when somebody donates it, then we don't have to buy it.
That's great. It's such a wonderful, wonderful thing that you guys are doing for the community here.
Thank you. It really is, for all of us who work here, it's really a labor of love.
The other organization is using boxing to go ahead and teach young kids skills and also to keep them out of trouble. I'm here with Patrick Reeder, who is a former boxer who also gives back by helping children box. So I'm going to ask him some questions, a little bit about the history of how you got involved in this, and how did you get involved in this, and why do you want to help the kids?
Well, as a young man and everything, I remember not having really a lot of direction in my life. And I was play fighting with some boxing gloves with my dad's co-workers and everything. And one of my dad's friends that lived 5-6 houses down the road came over to see my dad and saw us play boxing and just asked me, hey, do you want to learn how to box? And, I was pretty excited about that. I said, absolutely. That started it off.
I mean, you probably get some satisfaction too, helping the kids, knowing that it was something that you did in your past, and here, full circle, you're giving back.
Absolutely. It's absolutely, a lot of fun. It does give me a good feeling to be able to do that, be able to have this knowledge that was instilled upon me by my former trainers, all the guys in the gym before that, and then being able to pass that on to other kids and everything. And given these opportunities, we got to share that. We got to keep it going.
So I'm here with Pete Casada over at Tucson Southwest Boxing Academy, and he's going to tell us a little bit about, how you got started here, how this came about, and I understand that you also were a trainer to Patrick Reeder, who we interviewed earlier too.
Absolutely. I started training back in 1994. Patrick and another one of his stablemates, Lupe Suazo, his brother Javier Suazo, they were all big boys here in the state of Arizona in boxing, and I started training them, and that's where I met Patrick, and then I had the honor. Like I said, it's always an honor to work with the kids. I get a lot of kids, because I've had hundreds that have come through my doors, and they'll pop in once in a while, they'll come in, they'll help me out, and kids are just starstruck, when they see them, and I tell them, what they've done in life, how they've, what they've accomplished, and hey, they all went through here, And it's a good feeling, and like I said, you can't put a price tag on that.
Yeah, and that's great. It's a great service that you're doing for the children.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me today on American Dream TV. It's always important to contribute and to give back. I'm your host, Monica Irigoyen. See you next episode.
Welcome to American Dream TV. I'm your host, Jody Koch, and today we are in downtown Tucson at the iconic Hotel Congress, built in 1919. We're about to meet with Brad Lawrence, the owner of the Tucson Food Tours, and we've got a treat for you. Brad, thanks so much for coming out today and telling us about the food tour.
My pleasure. Yeah, you're going to go on a food tour today, which should be a lot of fun, a lot of food. I mean, it is a food tour, so I try to have you full by the end of the tour. It goes from 11 to 3, so you get a pretty solid luncheon while we walk around to about 5 or 6 local restaurants and try food and drink. The specialties of each place is what we try. We already have it set up. We walk in, we try it out. We learn about the history of the restaurants themselves and also history of Tucson along the way too. So try to keep it interesting, keep it fun, get you full, and learn something along the way too.
Sounds like a great time. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for allowing us to join your tour today. We're going to meet up with Chris, one of your tour guides, as he takes us on the tour and shares that great food and history. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, you should have fun, and Chris will take good care of you.
All right, folks, welcome to the Tucson Food Tours. My name is Chris. I'll be guiding the tour today. We always love to start here, right here at the beautiful Hotel Congress. It's definitely a focal point in the downtown area. It's over 100 years old. It opened up in 1919.
Our first stop today is the Scented Leaf, where we're going to get to create a wonderful beverage with tea leaves. Second stop, it's the Hub, and they have the best homemade pastrami and cheese curds to die for. So Chris, we're at the Hub, and they opened it to revitalize or help revitalize downtown Tucson, and it's a great place. What are we going to get to do here today? What are we trying?
So yeah, this opened up about 12 years, one of the first restaurants in downtown Tucson to really populate Congress Street and bring a lot of businesses and residential living back here. And what we're going to be trying here at the Hub are their fried white cheddar cheese curds and their house smoked pastrami. They do it in-house for about 8 hours, has a little bit of brown sugar and chili rub, so a little Southwest flair. Had people from New York City and Wisconsin say it's some of the best pastrami they've had and best cheese curds they have, so that's high praise here.
Awesome. So it's so nice. Here at El Charro, we were able to catch up with Ami, who is a representative of all the El Charros in and around Tucson. So Ami, tell me what brought El Charro to Tucson.
Well, El Charro has been here 100 years. Tia Monica started this restaurant in 1922. It was a couple of tables. They'd pay her. She'd run to the market, bring it back, cook it, and serve it.
Oh my gosh, wow. I was out in the patio, right there by the bar, and I'm looking up, and hanging from the roof is this cage. Tell me about what's in it.
Our carne seca cage. Our carne seca cage has our carne seca. So it's a Sonoran sun-dried beef. So we bring down the cage. We'll put meat up to sun-dry. We'll bring it down. We'll shred it real finely. And then we saute it with onions, tomatoes, and chile verde. It's honestly like a one-of-a-kind recipe, so you definitely have to try it to understand.
We had a great Tucson food tour today. I'm your host, Jody Koch, and we'll see you next time on American Dream TV.
My name is Kimberly Maisto, and I'll be your host today of Selling Tucson. This is our Urban Grove. Sabrina. Thank you for inviting me to the Urban Grove today.
Well, you're welcome. You're always welcome at the Urban Grove. Let's take a walk through the grove at night.
Oh, great.
Let's go.
Thank you. I have a question. So you originally bought this home to live in, and obviously I know that date palms were important to your family and your husband. What made you decide to transition this space into also an event space open to the public?
Well, there are a lot of people out there saying, I was so lucky to live here in a beautiful sanctuary, middle of the city. So it's like, intentionally, it's my urban grove. And at some point, I started taking pictures and I posted them on social media because I thought it would be so much fun just to show people what I have. And a lot of requests came in particular some from the planners asking me, would you be willing to open your space, your outdoor space, as a venue to share among the community? And that's how it started, with birthday parties, graduation parties, small weddings. And I really enjoy seeing everybody enjoy this amazing space in the middle of the city, as I said before.
Well, I think that's a great idea. And would you show me some more inside?
Of course, I'd be happy to.
This home brings old world charm of a Spanish colonial with original Mexican tile and stone floors throughout. Wood beam ceilings, a dedicated round dining room with 18-foot high ceilings, and a huge beehive fireplace are a few of the outstanding features of this one-of-a-kind home. Well, Sabrina, this looks like where all the magic happens. This is a beautiful kitchen with so much room.
Well, it is where the magic happens. We have a lot of local chefs, including my daughter. She is also a chef. And a lot of the chefs, when they come into this kitchen, they love the island and the table because it gives a lot of ample room for plating.
Perfect. And you know, I walked in and I couldn't help but notice this piece of fruit. What is this?
That is a fingered citron. It is part of the lemon family or citrus family, and it has no pulp inside. It is an Asian citron or citrus, and chefs love the fingered citron because they use the rind for a variety of dishes, salads, cakes, ice cream, any kind of flavoring that would require a lemon citrusy flavor.
Well, Sabrina, thank you so much for taking me on a tour of the Urban Grove today. It's been wonderful, and I know you have to get back to harvesting your fruit, but I did bring my basket and a hat. Do you think I can help you?
Well, of course. Let's go.
Okay, well, American Dream TV, thank you for joining me today. My name is Kimberly Maisto, and I'll catch you next time.
As I stand here in Goldfield Ghost Town, Arizona, I am overwhelmed by all of the natural beauty and rich history. And I can't believe that all of this is just 30 minutes from my home in Queen Creek. Today, we have something special planned for you. We are here with Apache Trail Tours, and we're gonna go in this Jeep and explore this beautiful desert.
Back in the day, it was all about the gold. There were several different mines that were in operation at the time, back in the 1890s. And of course, the Mammoth mine was here. That was the deepest mine. That was 800 feet deep. Great big cactus that we're looking at, they're called the saguaro cactus. Now, one of the most important things to know about that saguaro is this is the only place in the world they grow.
If you're looking for a fun day trip idea or somewhere to take your out-of-state guests, come here to Main Street in Goldfield Ghost Town. You'll not only find Jeep tours, but you'll also find a saloon with live music and great food. There's several tours here and amazing gift shops. This is such a fun place, and the drive up here is beautiful, and the views of the Superstition Mountain Range is breathtaking.
If you are looking for more of a traditional outdoor adventure, there are plenty of trails here in the Flatiron that suit many different age groups and also many different fitness levels. This is an incredible 6-mile trail that puts hikers at the top of the Superstition Mountains, where they get a rewarding view of the tops of the mountains and also getting to see the city below. If horseback riding is more of your speed, then you are in luck. Surrounding Goldfield Ghost Town are stables where you can enjoy a leisure trail ride through the beautiful Sonoran Desert and maybe even get a little taste of what life would have been like back in the 1890s when the primary mode of transportation was horseback.
If you keep heading down the road and past Goldfield Ghost Town, you'll hit Canyon Lake. Here you will be able to jump on a dolly boat where you can enjoy a beautiful nature or sunset dinner cruise. There's tons to do at Canyon Lake, and one of the things is to just enjoy the beautiful sunsets and be at one with nature.
I hope this inspired you and your family to get out and explore Arizona. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
You might be familiar with the boys of summer, but are you familiar with the boys of spring? It's spring training time here in the Valley of the Sun, and I've got my pinstripes on because it's only appropriate for that. Today, we're going to talk about the Arizona Cactus League and how they work with Major League Baseball here to put on a tremendous spring training showcase that's fun and a great time for everybody. And then we're going to stay here in Scottsdale. We're going to look at this beautiful luxury home in 85254. I'm Lloyd Fox, Long Realty, The Fox Group. Join me now. So here we are at Salt River Fields, and right now everything's getting prepared. Pitchers, catchers, they've already reported. And what you're gonna see in 1 week is opening day. That's 1 week from today. The bottom line is this: how many people enjoy this? It's a spectacle for nearly 2 million fans that attend this. We're talking a $700 million economic impact, and for the state of Arizona, a gross domestic product of nearly $400 million. So beyond the economic impact, let's talk about what it does for the entire state of Arizona, and more specifically for the Valley of the Sun. This is our showcase. It's a beautiful place that when people come from the Midwest, California, the Pacific Northwest, Colorado, and all around the country to experience these great games in the showcase of America's favorite sport, baseball, what they get to see is our lifestyle here in the desert. They get to see the place I've called home now over 40 years. And they're gonna find out when you live here in the Valley of the Sun, it's a tremendous way to enhance your life and maybe make it your home into the future. So welcome to this tremendous opportunity that just came to the market here in 85254. We're on Cortez Drive, one of the nicest streets in the entire zip code. And this particular property is over 3/4 of an acre and over 6,000 square feet. One of the great things about 85254 and these estate lots that are 3/4 of an acre to an acre and beyond is that you can improve the entire thing. In so many parts of Scottsdale, you have to leave the natural desert intact. Therefore, if you have a big lot, you don't get to touch it all. Here, you can improve the whole thing. And here you've got everything. Big diving pool, extended covered patio, outdoor grilling area with a fire feature, and so much square footage here on the lot that you can improve it into the future and make it everything you envision. This great room area is made for entertaining like no other. You got this big area, complete for a sectional, gaming area over there if you like, big enough for a pool table, plenty of space, eat-in kitchen area, all opens to your kitchen here, but you need a home this size. You need this entertaining space because this home has 7 bedrooms. Let's go take a look at the master. This room puts the suite in master suite. I mean, a lot of times you're in a larger home like this and the master bedroom just kind of falls flat on its face. Not this one. You have a lot of space, enough for a sitting area, and then you have this adjoining room as well, which could be great for a den, workout facility, or whatever you want to do. So thanks again for joining me here today. We had a great time over at the Cactus League. I hope you get out and support a lot of the charities that it also helps to support here in the Valley of the Sun. And if you want to take a look at this luxury estate, give me a call. And let's play ball! I'm Lloyd Fox, Long Realty, the Fox Group, and I'll see you here on American Dream next time.
Well, hope you enjoyed today's episode of The American Dream. Again, I was your host, Craig Sewing, and the creator of the show. We've had so much fun building this thing. I've traveled all across the country building a real show, not a reality show, about real estate, lifestyle, and culture, featuring positive stories of your marketplaces. I've always said this isn't our show, it's yours. We just get to reflect the cool stories back to you. So thank you so much for those stories. Thank you for following our show, and don't forget to follow us on social media. We'll catch you next time. And of course, cheers to your American Dream. People ask the question, is the American Dream dead? Well, the moment we stop dreaming, we might as well be. We bring you a show of real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts. We're the Davids going up against the Goliaths. I'm sure you'll recognize some of the guests on our show.
It is about how can I make a difference?
Every obstacle can have opportunities.
Passive relationships are passive income.
Community, connection.
No matter what, just get started.
Just get started, and the only way to do it is to do it.
You just need to get in the game and start understanding it.